Welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. With both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you got something to say, leave a comment. And while you're at it, hit the notification button to make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves at the very least 2 times a week, but it could be more. So stay tuned. And for more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar and look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. Now, for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500, Mr. Bountiful Harvest, Mr. They Ate My Wife. He's a man of many names. He's a man of the people, but you can call him Johnny.
What's good, people? We are officially clinched for playoffs in both fantasy leagues. If not in, the NFL. That doesn't matter, really. All that matters are the leagues that I can potentially make real American dollars off. So now it's all about surviving this week 14 bye and fighting for seeding. Because in both leagues, I'm in third place, and I need to get to number 2 so that I can get that bye week. So pray for your boy Johnny. Please.
I'm praying for you. Man. Got to get that bye with me. I'm not as fortunate. About to miss it in one. Potentially. But listen, for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly, founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, but you can call me Coogii. Now let's get right into it with this week's Sunday headlines, the segment where we react to games for the people, by the people. Any upcoming games you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments. Check this out, Johnny. The streak is dead. Carolina's gamble pays off as Stafford unravels in the rain. Just when the NFC West looked wrapped up, the NFL script flipped in Charlotte. The Rams walked into Week 13 looking invincible, but they left with a blueprint on how to beat them. Matthew Stafford, flawless for a month, gave the ball away 3 times, while Bryce Young and Dave Canales treated fourth down like a green light. This wasn't just a trap game. It was a warning shot to the rest of the conference that the Panthers are no longer a guaranteed win. And the Panthers win that one, 31-28, going to 7-6. Rams going to 9-3, rather falling to 9-3. But Johnny, first of all, before we even get to the question, I just want to put out there, I predicted this. Predict this. Straight up. So I hope you put money on it. I hope you got the bet. But anyway, Johnny, we praised Matthew Stafford for going 300-plus throws without a pick. Did he get careless, or did Ejiro Evero's defense bait him into throws he hasn't made mistakes on in months?
Well, I think we all know that Ejiro Evero is a very good defensive coordinator. If you know ball, you know that.
Oh, of course.
But, former Broncos DC, great coordinator in this league. But I think that there is a part of you that just underestimates a opponent that you think of as weak. And if there's any opponent to perceive as weak, it would be the Panthers, even though this season they're definitely proving people wrong about that. Not to mention, though, Matty Stafford, Padford himself, he is used to playing in a dome. His home field has been a dome his entire career, whether it's Detroit or SoFi in LA. And once you get a man out in the elements, maybe that does shake him up a little bit. I mean, he's an old man. He gets cold. He gets shivery in the rain.
Those bones.
He's
that chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, I think that he was just feeling himself, and he's gotten confident in the last few weeks about just slinging it with not a care in the world, and the Panthers made him pay. And the score of that game does not reflect how thoroughly dominating it felt by the Panthers. It didn't feel like a close game.
No, it didn't.
As I was watching it, there was never a point where I thought the Rams were in control, even once. It just felt like the Panthers had them the entire time. So, congrats to them. They are on the heels of an injured, banged-up Bucs team that is looking much more vulnerable as of late. And who knows? The Panthers are very much still in contention to steal the NFC South. If not, sneak into a wild card spot. It is still possible. So, good for them. And we'll see how long Bryce Young can play decent. Because he's been playing well recently.
They get the 1 seed.
Technically still possible they get the 1 seed. Yeah, technically still possible. But we'll see. I mean, it's just going to depend on if Bryce Young can continue to play well. Because last week we saw him just throw a real Bryce Young pick. A real terrible Bryce Young pick in the end zone against the Niners. So every week he wakes up and flips a coin. Every time a Targaryen is born, the gods flip a coin and the people hold their breath. That's how I feel about Bryce Young. Every time he steps onto that field, the gods flip a coin and the Panthers fans hold their breath. And so he's clearly showing it. Sometimes he can just light it up. He's looking, and at least that's a capability he's showing this season that he hasn't shown in the past. It's just going to be, can you string that into something legitimate? Because right now, Bryce, you are still technically playing for your job. You are playing for your 5th-year option right now. So if you tailspin and finish out the season 7-10, it might be done for you. But if you can just muster up the courage, the chutzpah, the unmitigated gall to get your team to 9 or 10 wins,
no, I'm telling you, he's going to earn
you
that
might
extension.
Have locked in. You might have locked yourself in for that 5th-year option and maybe an extension down the road.
No, to your point, let me start with the question. I'm not going to blame Matt Stafford. I do think it's funny, Johnny. I do think it's funny how right after he got the record, what was it? It was most touchdowns, right? Most touchdowns without a pick,
there's most consecutive.
Like
most consecutive touchdowns without a pick.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was touchdowns, if it was completion, something crazy, but touchdowns. And right after that, there was a post on the NFL that called him 9, and they threw a pick. They threw those picks.
Yep, so, you cannot call your player. You cannot call your quarterback 9.
JJ McCarthy, you need to kill your alter ego. It is ruining football. But no, I'm not gonna blame Matt Stafford. He made mistakes. You average it out over the course of the year, hasn't made that many mistakes still to this point in the season. But to your point, Ejiro, very, very good defensive coordinator. I was a little bit upset when he went to the Panthers because the Broncos didn't really give him a look at head coach, and when they had fired their coach, I wanted him to get a look because our defense has been nasty for a minute. They weren't this good as like this year or last year, but they've been nasty for a minute, basically carrying our team to any wins that we've had. So, no, and he was there for a part of that. So he's a great defensive coordinator, and I'm not sold 100% on Canales per se. What do you think on that, Johnny? Are you sold on Canales as a coach, or do you think it's kind of just all coming together?
I think he's a good offensive mind, but head coach, we got to still see. The problem with the calling him a head coach, like a good head coach, is that the Panthers don't really have an identity. It seems like they're just finding ways to win games. But it's like, what's the identity? Like a good coach is marked by giving your team a brand, and he doesn't seem, I don't think that the Panthers have one. Maybe that brand will develop and make itself known over time. It's just not there yet. So you can't give them no credit. They're obviously winning. They got a winning record. They're way better than people thought they would be. But it's just like, what is the Panthers? Like, how are they winning games? It's not like a run the ball heavy, even though they did run the ball heavy against the Rams, but against the Niners, they ran the ball like 11 times. So it's they don't really have an identity.
I don't feel like Rico was as involved or as successful as we've been accustomed to him being. Now, obviously, Chubba, he went off. He had like 124 yards, mixture of rushing, receiving, mainly rushing. But that touchdown run that he had was nice. He popped it open. So I think they kind of rode him. They
both had the same number of touches. But
really?
Yeah, Chuba
So he just didn't capitalize on Rico on this game.
Yeah, Rico just didn't capitalize as much. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it seems like they're doing more of a split now. I think really what's happened though mainly is that Bryce feels more comfortable throwing to Tetaroa, and I think the return of Jalen Coker has made somewhat of a difference because Jalen Coker had a handful of really good plays. He's like just a promising young guy.
Okay, so he's
that was injured this season. He was injured to start the year, but he's like a promising young guy.
From Bama?
I'm not the guy to ask that question.
Not the guy to ask. Yeah,
I'm not the guy to ask. I don't know where anybody went to college. I'm not the guy to ask.
Good carry on.
He's looking, yeah. So I think between those guys, yeah, he went to, it's easy. Alabama, Holy Cross, pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. So, I think that like you've seen Tetaroa McMillan really emerge as the season's gone on. And now Coker's in, he's getting a little more involved. I think it's just that Bryce feels a little more confident slinging it, and that's made the offense hum a little better. And the one thing that the team has had the whole year is really good defensive back play. That you have J.C. Horn plus the rest of them really putting in the work, forcing turnovers. So if they can continue to ride that, there's no reason that they can't steal the NFC South.
No reason, especially with the injuries in Tampa. Although they are getting healthy right now. They're getting to that point where they should be healthy pretty soon. Obviously, Mike Evans is going to be out for the remainder of the season more than likely, but the rest of that squad should be getting back soon.
Bucky's back.
That's a Panthers W. I'm not giving an L to the Rams on that. That's more of a Panthers W. But I think the Panthers could be dangerous, Johnny. A lot of people might not think this. A lot of people are surprised by this. I certainly didn't pick them to win the division until last week. But I do think that they're just one of those teams that can surprise you. And Bryce Young was picked first overall for a reason. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that he was picked before C.J. Stroud, somebody who we've seen perform. We just haven't seen Bryce Young string it together long-term, back-to-back, like he is now. But he's playing a lot more consistent. He's got a running game. He's got a number one receiver, Tetaroa McMillan, solid number one receiver. Got a good supporting cast around Tetaroa, obviously. But, I mean, they took a risk. They went on 2 4th downs, got 2 TDs, and that honestly was a difference in the game to me. If they don't take those risks on those 4th downs or they don't get them, we're looking at a Rams W, but they took that risk, and it paid off, Dave. It paid off. So, I think they're going to win that division. I think they'll get a win in the playoffs. They're going to get an upset. Don't know against who, but
They still got to make it first.
they got to make it first. Yeah, true that. But Johnny, the block heard around the Beltway. Bonito denies Washington in an overtime classic. It was a Sunday night thriller we deserved, a 9-win powerhouse against a desperate team with nothing to lose, and it came down to a single swat of the hand. Bo Nix showed ice in his veins to open overtime, but the story is the gamble by Dan Quinn and the rejection by Nick Bonito. The Broncos survive. They advance to 10-2, keep the AFC's top seed in play by the absolute skin of their teeth. Broncos win that game 27-26 in overtime. They go to 10-2, as we just mentioned. Commanders fall to 3-9. Commanders going to go play the Vikings. Broncos got the Raiders up next. But my question, Johnny, the Commanders with Marcus Mariota put up 400 yards on this elite Denver defense. Did Washington expose a blueprint? Can teams with mobile quarterbacks give Denver fits?
No, I don't think, not uniquely. The Broncos have played plenty of teams with mobile quarterbacks, beaten teams with mobile quarterbacks.
That's true.
See the Kansas City Chiefs. See the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not. I think that it was a weird game Sunday night. Maybe a strange overlook. But, this is what the Broncos have been doing all season. They're eking out wins. Doesn't matter how strong their opponent is. The 2-11 Giants, who are rudderless.
Hey, they weren't 2-11 back then.
They're a 2-11 team currently, who are rudderless, gave them some problems. It required a 33-point fourth quarter comeback.
Crazy.
So this is just kind of what the Broncos have been doing all year. So I don't think there's any blueprint exposed. I think the blueprint that's been exposed about the Broncos is you're going to be in a one-score game against them. Lock in. You're going to be. You just got to lock in. I don't know what you're doing, man. Don't choke. Everyone's choked so far.
Everyone. You know who hasn't choked?
Carly Ursay.
Bo Nix. Bo Nix is not choked. Did you see that fucking throw that he had? That was, bro, Joe Burrow reminiscent. It's that throw from a few years ago that he had against the Ravens, I think it was. But, no, bro, knee right above the ground. Bro. They said Bo Nix wasn't good, and he's throwing throws like that. Come on now. Now, obviously, he didn't play the best game in the world. It was good enough. It got the job done. He could have played much better. I mean, yards were okay, 321. But I'd like to see more TDs there. You know what I'm saying? But RJ Harvey, he did his thing. 2 tutties. 2 of them things.
I know that.
So
he's a member of They Ate My Wife, so I'm very aware. 2 tuds.
Yes, sir. Which is nice to see because obviously a big concern for the Broncos, and we're talking about blueprints with that offense. I don't think there's any blueprints for that defense except for just spam Riley Moss. Just spam. Actually, don't. If you don't spam Riley Moss, I'll be so mad, bro.
That is maybe if there's one secret, that's what it is. Spam throw to the guy that Riley Moss is covering.
Bro, it's insane.
Because you're either going to get a catch or you're going to get a pass interference.
One or the other. One or the other. As long as you can get it catchable.
That's why white people don't play corner.
He's good though. It's a crazy thing. He's not. So it's so weird. So he's not a.
He's overcompensating.
I gotta look overall. So I gotta say he's not great because obviously if you commit penalties all the time and you give up big plays in key moments all the time, fuck what happens.
Oh wait, actually he's a bad corner. Hold on a second. I just thought about it.
Fuck what happens the rest of the game, but I'm not that simple. We gotta look
at the full
body of work. Look at the full body of Riley Moss's work. Listen, he plays great. He makes errors in clutch situations, and he's pressing a little bit. But he's very fast. He's like top 40 on the team. He's pretty fast, and he's from a college team that historically just spits out defensive prospects and tight ends. Iowa. So, I mean, I'm not worried about him, but the more targets he gets towards him, the more likely that one of those plays is going to happen. Somebody posted Moss keeps getting mossed. Is insane. Catch of the year though. One of the four.
You know what could change everything for Riley Moss?
If they start Jahdae Barron and put him on the inside.
Put Riley Moss at safety.
Oh, he'd be a Pro Bowler.
Put him at a white man's position. Don't let him play corner. That's not a white man's position.
Bro,
put him at safety.
Nah, see, because Padford
like John Lynch and
do you think, Johnny,
and Harrison Smith, let him play safety.
Do you think that refs might be stereotyping him?
No.
No, seriously though, we got to think about it now. We got to think about it.
No.
Pastor
Joey Porter does the same thing. Joey Porter Jr. does the same thing.
Nah, but his are egregious, bro. Nah, no, Riley has some egregious ones too. I'm not gonna lie, but it's still though. Come on, there's some of them that are questionable. Like that many. I guarantee you, if you every time Riley Moss gives up a catch, or he gets a PI, you took a shot, you'd be in the hospital before the game was over. So that's frustrating.
Yeah, probably.
As a Broncos fan. But yeah, spam him. That's a blueprint. But other than that, the defense is locked down solid. I'm telling you, if I'm Sean Payton right now, if I'm Vance Joseph, I'm sliding Riley inside. I'm putting Jahdae on the outside. I'm not moving him to safety. We have two safeties, Johnny. We can't put him at safety.
Put him at safety.
I'm moving him to the inside. Put him at nickel. Put him in the. You know what I'm saying? He can just guard tight ends. He can guard slot receivers, which is tough.
That's a little better. Nickel corner is a little better.
Well, he's less likely to give up a bomb downfield.
Yeah, like, you can't put a white corner on the outside. That's just wrong. You can't do it.
Listen, man, I can't.
Slot corner.
I can't
Cooper DeJean.
I can't confirm or deny my beliefs on that statement.
Make him a glorified linebacker or a safety, but he has no place on the outside.
Offense is the other one, Johnny. We need to see more consistency overall. Not J.K. Dobbins is what scares me. He's been carrying us a lot of the year, and I'm not so certain that we can trust a rookie running back in the playoffs, big time moments, make them plays, make them catches like we could J.K. I mean, J.K.'s been through it all. I mean, this man's been hurt so many times. He's been in the playoffs on so many different teams. So
death taxes and J.K. Dobbins will get injured.
Bro, you tell me every year, and I was hoping this was the year.
No, he will get injured every year, even if it takes a while. He will get injured.
There's a chance he comes back for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But that being said, he's not going to be this. He's just not going to get the same workload. Unless we're in the Super Bowl and they just said, F it because, season's over after this game. But he's not going to get the same workload that he was getting earlier in the year. They're gonna shade more towards the committee now. So RJ's got to carry his load. So I'm happy that he put up those touchdowns. But after Cortland Sutton, after Troy Franklin, I mean, Marvin Mims is a little inconsistent from time to time. He's a great punt returner, great kick returner, but inconsistent. Evan Ingram had some nice catches. Shout out to Evan Ingram.
Yeah, that one huge one.
He's also inconsistent though.
You know what the secret is?
They've been playing four tight ends.
I need Bo Nix to really start slinging that rock to Pat Bryant.
He's nice too, but he's a rookie.
I need that. Is he on my taxi squad in Dynasty?
Oh
yeah. He's on my taxi squad. I'm trying to.
I started Troy Franklin. He didn't give me much. He gave me 4 points, but hey, sometimes you win them.
Pat Bryant has 7. So.
Oh, wow, that's crazy work. That actually makes me a little.
Yeah, actually, I was just looking. Pat Bryant was on the field. He had the second most snaps on the team, aside from Sutton.
They view him like a Michael Thomas coming in. I'm telling you, Sean Payton's just trying to assemble the Saints, but with a better defense.
Hey, man, I would love for Pat Bryant to just be the slant god. That'd be perfect.
Bro, if you put up Michael Thomas fantasy season, you would be the best dynasty all time. You'd be like, how did he know?
Oh yeah, I mean, look, man. I would at that point I would have Slant God, Pat Bryant, and I would have Monangai, who no one saw except for me.
Yeah. You didn't get him in the draft, did you?
No, I picked him up after.
I was going to say there's
That's
no way
the
you got him in the
craziest
draft.
part.
I don't think anyone drafted him.
No, I picked him up after. I mean, it's a dynasty rookie draft, so it wouldn't have been that crazy to pick him up. But I picked him up after because I was like, I saw that he was floating around there still, and I was like, you know what? If there's one thing I know about Ben Johnson, it's that he doesn't like DeAndre Swift because he's already shipped him out of town.
Yeah, he shipped him out of town with Detroit.
So I picked up Monangai and Roshan Johnson. I picked them both up in my dynasty league, and I was like, we're just going to see what happens. Let's get a little silly out here. And I ended up obviously dropping Roshan Johnson because Monangai, became the clear guy there. And now we're in a equal snap share. So it's just a matter of time because Monangai is more efficient. It's just a matter of time.
It is. Now it's a matter of time. But back to my point though, Johnny. The offense. If they can get them to force turnovers, because they haven't been playing they've been playing clean lately, but if they can force the Broncos into turnovers, that will offset some of what's going to happen on that defensive side. Because I just don't, outside of that, like you're not gonna put up 40 points on this team. That's just not going to happen. This is going to be defensive games. They're going to be one-score games, like you said. So you just got to buckle up. You got to chin up. And Sean Payton, he knows what he's doing. He's experienced. They finally got a good coach. So top to bottom, I mean, the only weaknesses is that offense consistency, as far as putting up the points that we know they can put up, and then Riley Moss. So. No, I don't think there's a blueprint, but it is scary to think that Marcus Mariota could really push us to the brink like that, and it took that Nick Bonito swat. Like, that dude was wide open in the flat. Mm-hmm. Wide open in the flat. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't swat that shit, we lost that game, bro. I was going to go to that game because Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, I was like, that'd be a crazy duel. And then Jaden's not even playing, and I go, oh, we're going to scrape these niggas. There's no point in even going. And that would have been a great game to go to, unfortunately. But we won, so thank God. Thank God, but no, I mean, Commanders, it's a downfall for them. It's just downfall. Debo and Terry McLaurin played well, though. Mariota was singing to them. But yeah, other than that, I got not much else in this game, Johnny. You got anything else in this game?
Zach Ertz. Oh, wait, hold on. You got to shout out Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz had 100 yards.
Is that crazy?
He had 10 catches for 100 yards. The man's 58 years old. You got to shout out Zach Ertz that I put in my fantasy lineup in my Dynasty League. It's the only weakness of my Dynasty League is that I have two old, washed-up tight ends.
You have him too?
I have Zach Ertz and T.J. Hawkinson. I did play him.
Against the Broncos?
Of course. I trust Zach Ertz more than Hawk right now. Hawk with 9 throwing the ball? I'm good.
It wasn't 9. It was 12.
It was Brosmer, even worse. Holy shit. Actually, Hawk had a decent game. He had like 11 points, but he didn't have no 20-something point, and almost more because Ertz was wide open, had that touchdown, hit him in the worst spot, obviously. On that final overtime drive, third down, third and goal. Mariota throws in the ball and hits him in the worst spot.
Actually, I do have something else to say. Why was he saying it like that?
Because he pronounced his own name that way in the intros.
Is that his real name? Like, is that how it's said?
Who knows? But because we've seen Marcus Mariota our whole lives. He's been a fixture ever since he was at Oregon. We were paying attention to him. We knew about this guy for mad long, and it was always Marcus Mariota. And then suddenly, random Sunday night game, and Chris Collinsworth goes, now here's a guy that's named Marcus Mariota. And now everybody is confused.
He's a sumo wrestler. Sounds like a sumo wrestler.
Yeah, kind of. But they had that play, third and goal. Fourth and goal, they hit it to Scary Terry. But third and goal, they throw it, and it hits Ertz in the worst spot. What's the worst spot? You played receiver, right in the hands.
Come on,
hit him in the worst spot, right in the hands. Come on, and
hit me anywhere.
And he dropped it. Yeah, You can't have it. But yeah, I mean, he just dropped it because he's old. He tried to jump up and he just got didn't get up high enough. He's like, ugh. It was like a feeble old man jump for a catch. But beyond that, he played well. They just targeted him heavily and he moved the ball down the field. Yeah, I trust Ertz a lot more than I trust any Vikings pass catcher. I mean, my God. In fantasy, this is a crazy statement, right? In fantasy, right now, you might be better set. If you have to choose between a flex position, you might be better off starting Zach Ertz than Justin Jefferson.
Don't even start me. I got him in my other league. He's not even a flex. He's my wide receiver 1.
But that's what I'm saying. If you had to pick between the two, that's an actual decision. You would pick Justin Jefferson because of his pedigree. But based on a average points per game,
you'd have to think about it.
Let me just look at the difference right now as you transition to the next thing. But
all you got to say is this nigga had like 1.4 points. I'm not even playing. It was terrible.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson's averaging 12.8 PPR fantasy points per game. Zachary Ertz is averaging 10.4. So there's a 2-point average difference between Zach Ertz and Justin Jefferson. Zach Ertz, who served in World War II, and Justin Jefferson, people consider one of the best.
So it's way different perspective.
Served in World War II, plays tight end, and is somehow only 2 fantasy points per game behind a generational wide receiver talent. That's how bad 9 is.
God awful. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Johnny, history in the snow. Josh Allen stands alone as Steelers meltdown continues. Acrisure Stadium witnessed 2 very different kinds of history on Sunday. On one side, Josh Allen bulldozed his way into the record books, passing Cam Newton for the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback ever. On the other hand,
Go ahead. I said it feels kind of racist, but go ahead.
A little bit. On the other hand, the Aaron Rodgers experiment hit rock bottom. Stripped, injured, and benched, Rodgers watched from the sideline as the Bills ran roughshod over Pittsburgh. The Bills are peaking. The Steelers are plummeting. Buffalo Bills win that game 26-7, going up to 8-4. Steelers now fall to 6-6.
Here's the thing. I've seen them say that they allowed the Bills the most rushing yards in the history of Acrisure Stadium. Does that mean in the last 5 years since they changed the name from Heinz Field? Or does that mean in the history of that building? What does that mean?
That's a great question.
Continue.
That's a great question. Because one's way more impressive than the other, right? Like
one is the worst in 5 years.
It's a cool fact, but the other one's like, whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, one of them's like, oh, yikes.
Fire everybody. Yeah. But up next, Steelers go to the Ravens, and the Bills are playing the Bengals. So that'll be a little showdown right there. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, he who must not be named. But Johnny, the Steelers have lost 5 of 7. The crowd is chanting, "Fire Tomlin." Aaron Rodgers is broken. Is this the end of the Mike Tomlin era in Pittsburgh?
Did you say the Steelers are 5-7?
We've lost 5 of 7.
Oh, okay. I think you said they're 5-7. No. They're 6-6. Let me get that right. We are Mr. 500 still.
Right on cue.
It did feel like that was a turning point, like a tipping point for the Steelers. I'm on Steelers Twitter. I see it all.
I'm on Steelers.
I just felt like anybody that was still like, we got to right the ship. It's all good. Hold it down. We can still win, blah, blah, blah. That game just felt like a breaking point for everybody. It felt like that was the moment that the majority of the fans were like, burn it to the ground. All of it. It's done. We've let this experiment run. Whatever you have to do, it's over.
They giving up, bro.
It's done. Hope. Like Cam Hayward, probably going to retire. Mike Tomlin, probably not going to get fired, but probably will go mutually agreed to part ways. Aaron Rodgers, dead. He's dead. It's over. No more Aaron Rodgers. We haven't gotten the O-line right. We haven't gotten the running game right in 6 years. We haven't been able to put together a competent offense, and our defense is ass. We have the highest paid defense in the history of the NFL, and it sucks. It's not awful. Good. And it just feels like if there was any point to torpedo this entire operation, it's now. Just do it, because you are sitting here with the division served up to you on a silver platter. The Ravens tailspun for the first half of the season, and Lamar is playing worse than he's played in his entire career. Joe Burrow is out for 3 months, and the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns. And somehow we are still not in the lead of the division. It's like, all right, man, it's over. And the thing with Tomlin, I love Tomlin. I've been an ardent Tomlin supporter. There are Steelers fans that have been calling for Tomlin's head for 10 years. I've been stalwart saying, look, guys, Tomlin has had some of the worst quarterback play in this league for the past 5 years. Post Big Ben being good, it's been some of the worst quarterback play in the league, and no man alive could have gotten these teams to winning records every season aside from him. Give him a decent quarterback and watch what he can do. But the thing is, and mind you, I don't think that Aaron Rodgers constitutes a decent quarterback.
Right.
But the thing is, Tomlin, you're a defensive guy. And the problem with this team is the defense right now. The defense is so bad. We have probably left 3 wins on the table because of how bad this defense is. So I just feel like it's time to just cordially move on, to cordially rebuild the whole thing, look for the new quarterback of the future. If you got, I'm like, pains me to say it because I have his jersey. It's my go-to jersey. If you got to move TJ Watt, you got to move TJ Watt to accommodate the rebuild. If you got to move Highsmith, you got to move Highsmith. Like, whatever you got to do it, because it's over. And this offseason, we're going to have, like, Clint Kubiak is going to be up for a head coaching gig. Isn't that not the perfect guy to bring in there? Like, Clint NFL Kubiak. Royalty.
Clint
Kubiak, yeah.
Not Gary, Clint
Kubiak, yeah.
Okay, carry on.
What are you talking about? Why? What?
I don't know, bro. It's like you're getting his son. You're not getting him.
Yeah, I'm talking about Clint Kubiak, the guy behind the Seahawks right now. That Clint Kubiak.
Well, yeah, he was in the Vikings for a while too. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, offensive
you
mastermind.
Him like that?
I think he hasn't had an opportunity to run a head coach yet, and I think that he's a great offensive mind, and that's kind of maybe what the Steelers need. Okay, someone who, if we're going to seek out a quarterback of the future, we need a coach that can grow alongside him. Right. An offensive coach that can grow alongside him.
Yeah, Arthur Smith's not the one for that, and neither is Mike.
So there's guys like that available. It just kind of seems like maybe this is the year. Just rip the Band-Aid off, blow it up. Because, if we were 6-6 and the offense sucked, but the defense was keeping us in games single-handedly, it'd be like, all right, man, maybe we move it forward. It's the same problem as always, and we just don't have a good offense. But it's not that. The whole team is just like, there's no inspiration. We're just winning by Steelers bullshit over and over. And at a certain point, it's just like, if we had beaten the Bills, it'd be a different story. If we had held on to that halftime lead we had.
Slim lead.
We had this halftime, but it was a Steelers football halftime lead. It was we're up 7-3, and we're not letting you move the ball. We are capitalizing on your mistakes. we are just ugly beating you.
Right.
And then it was just the second half starts, and it's just touchdown, like Bills touchdown, Steelers turnover, Bills touchdown. Cool. Like, that's it, I guess. Cool. And it just immediately got out of hand, and it just felt like that could have been the turning point in the season. Now we're 7-5. The Ravens are 6-6. We're about to go play the Ravens. Lamar's looking bad. All this, and the thing is, we could still make the playoffs because of just how we can make the playoffs at 8-9 because of how bad this division is.
Yeah, so you got to win the division. Only one team in that division is going to make it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. Only one team in that division's making it. Neither of these teams. None of these teams are winning out. Like it's. Well, I mean, it can't because we have to play. Everyone has to play each other.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like, it's it's like, it just felt to me like that was a shift moment. It just felt like, all right, man, I'm done with this. We need to restart. It's over. I love Tomlin, but I think it's over.
They need a new voice. I mean, I do think it's. I don't think it's the end of the era because he's a bad coach.
He's a great coach. We just got to redo it. Andy Reid got ousted in Philly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just a point you reach where it's like, all right, man, like we know what the ceiling is right now, and we need just a whole reset. A complete reset. That's what we need. So that's what the Steelers need right now. And like I said, make a play for Clint Kubiak or one of these like offensive whiz kids. Like, let them come in there, install their own special offense, find their quarterback, develop him, and try to build something new. But I just think that they're like the way the team's built right now, the identity that it is, it's just not working. It's not working. And their team's clearly not prioritizing getting a good quarterback right now. And that's the more frustrating part to me. Like, look, man, if we had traded up in the draft at some point and gotten say we traded up and grabbed like Drake Maye and he was a bust. I'm just saying just God. Whatever. If we had traded up, gone to like pick 3, pushed all our chips in the table, got Drake Maye, and he was a bust, I would feel better about the fact that we've just stagnated a quarterback. That we're just like, oh look, Kenny Pickett fell to us at 20. Let's get him. Like, oh okay, like Aaron Rodgers is available, Russell Wilson's available, Justin Fields is available. Let's go do that. Like, that's fun. Let's just get mid quarterbacks. Let's just not even mid, bad quarterbacks past their prime, or like never could put it together, or the weakest quarterback draft class in the last 2 decades. Like, what is this, bro? Let's can we actually maybe make any aggressive move at the single most important position in all of American sports? Like, maybe. So I just think, burn it all to the ground. Fire everybody. Fire the GM. Fire the head coach. Fire everyone. Fire the whole team. All 53.
Team. New uniforms.
Fire all 53, man.
New uniforms. New field.
Go back to the Steagles.
Yeah, I mean, they just need a new voice. I mean, and it's this year, and it's funny because we call it Mr. 500, and this year is just symbolic of the last almost 15, 20 years. I mean, we talked about this a few months ago, and I thought it was the craziest thing in the world, but like, he hasn't won a playoff game in over half his time there. That is insane. At some point, being 500, it's got to be worse than having a bad record if you don't ever win anything, right? Like, at least if you get a bad record, like you said, you can, without even having to trade up, if you just get a bad record in the first place, you can draft the quarterback at 3 instead of losing all your assets to get the 3. But you're kind of just in no man's land. Like, it's weird. In the NBA, it's easy to see because of the lottery, I think. But, like, the Steelers bragging about never having a losing record is like bragging about being in no man's land, like forever. Mm-hmm. Like, because you can't draft it, so you're basically dependent on whatever falls to you or whatever you can develop in house or trade for, of course. So, yeah, they gotta get something together. New coach, offensive whiz kid. I don't know if they need a quarterback though. I think they got a good one on their roster, Johnny. I'm telling you, they just don't give him. Why in their God's name would they put Mason Rudolph in there before a quarterback? They have no idea what he can do yet outside of the practice field. Like, you know what Mason is.
Racist.
But it's but it's tough though, because like they're still trying to win for the playoffs. Like, if they were 4 games below 500 right now, they probably would put Will in. I would hope, but still, because they don't want to be like, oh, if we put him in, it doesn't work out. Now we just cost ourselves the playoffs because of it. So they're going with what they know, but I do think that Will could be a very good quarterback on that team with the roster they have. Much more athletic than both of those quarterbacks. I'm telling you, it takes pressure off of the pass game when you have a quarterback that can run. I watched it happen. So, I don't know. They give him a try. But even then, you know what I'm saying? They could draft a quarterback. Competition, him, Will Howard, have an offensive genius come in. So you never know. Heck, maybe they'll get Kevin O'Connell if he gets fired.
I don't think Kevin O'Connell, maybe. Who knows? Anything is possible.
It's tough. Would you take Stefanski? He's like, I think about it.
My faith in Stefanski has kind of been shaken. I think no, because you didn't have the foresight to trust Baker Mayfield, and for the last 3 years, you as an offensive coach, your weakness as a team has been your offense, and it's not that your offense has been your weakness; it's that it's been the worst in the league. So yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so yeah, you want a first timer? You want someone that's like,
I want someone.
Like he's licking his chops. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh man, y'all missed out on Liam Cohen.
I know. Duval.
They're going Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, or Ben Johnson.
Oh, for real. And he would have definitely. No shade to Chicago, but if he had his choice at the time and that was available, he probably would have.
Well, what Ben Johnson showed too.
It's tough though, because they had
with so many.
Y'all ain't got shit.
Well, with so many of these leagues, or with so many of these teams, it's like, oh, we just can't get the O-line right. Oh, like the Steelers, like they just haven't gotten the O-line right. Ben Johnson came in and was just like, I'm going to get the O-line right in one offseason. I haven't even been here. I'm just going to just call and be like, give me your O-linemen. Give me your O-linemen. Give me them, please. What do you want, a second-round pick? What do you want, a fourth-round pick? Give me your O-lineman right now. I need to have the best run game in football, and he just did that.
He did. He did. I was getting notifications, and it was like, I was like, man, bro, he just managed to acquire the whole line in like 2 months.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Some of these coaches just kind of feel like they're resting on their laurels, and they don't want to get it done, and we just need like a maverick guy like Ben Johnson who's going to come in there and just start ripping shit up. So that's what I think.
I'm trying to think.
And
I mean, you got to think the Rams-O coordinator would be in contention just because he's on the Rams.
Yeah, it just hurts extra because the breaking point game was against Haley's husband.
Oh, man, that makes it even worse.
For me specifically.
Are you going to apologize because he beat you guys, or are you straight away for the Super Bowl?
No. You already know what it is. I'll give. He has 2 opportunities for me to say his name again. You either beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, or you win the Super Bowl. I won't poo-poo you, even if you get to luck into the Chiefs missing the playoffs this year.
I was going to say, what if he beats the worst seeds in every
all the way to the
round?
Super Bowl? You're still a Super Bowl champion, man. You're still a Super Bowl champion. You're still a Super Bowl champion, and then he gets to have his name back.
Yeah.
But until then,
he'll be one of the worst seeds. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's funny. It's against the Bills. Yeah, I'm glad it's not us. We don't play them this year. We don't play them until the playoffs.
You might in the playoffs.
Right now,
Yeah.
as it stands, we would, which I'd be hyped for. It's not in Buffalo, so I can't go watch it, but that's much better than going to Buffalo.
Well, you lost to him last year, so you can get your lick back.
You're telling me, but we're looking for that bye though. We're not even on that. We're looking for that bye. But I agree with you. They got to get.
You got to overcome Drake, Maye.
He's got to lose. He's got to lose eventually.
Does he?
Eventually, to somebody. He plays the Bills again, I think.
I mean, as our show's resident Drake Maye guy, I gotta say, I don't know if he does have to lose eventually.
Well, he doesn't have to. He should though, if he wants to be nice. I think we got a tiebreaker too. I think we would be the first seed if they had the same record as us. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how that works because we both have so few losses. Like, I don't know, but anyway, yeah. Fire Tomlin. Get somebody young.
Mutually agree to part ways with Tomlin. Don't fire him.
Because no Steelers coach has ever been fired before.
Yeah, no, it's too mean. Just mutually agree to part ways with Tomlin.
They've had 3. They're going to have 3 in the next 4 years. Watch.
No, I don't think, because we're too proud that we've only had 3. I think that's the only reason that we haven't gotten rid of Tomlin yet, is because we're too proud.
Lewis, they just hold him there. They'd be like, we want to fire you, but we can't look bad.
Yeah. That'd be so funny. That'd be a Steelers thing. Hire Marvin Lewis.
No, I meant like what the Bengals did.
No, I know.
They were just like that would be. Yeah, it'd be somebody that they know they wouldn't fire for a while. Yeah. Regardless. But yeah, mutually agree to part ways, or they could trade him. He has a contract. You could get something for him.
Trade him with the Giants.
The Giants. Oh, yeah. What do they have that you? League neighbors. Is that a fair trade? How do coaches factor in the trades? Like is a number.
Just give us your first round pick. That's all I want.
Oh, give me your first round. That's actually a good precedent because Sean Payton got like a first round.
Give me just your first round pick. Give me your second overall pick, and you can have Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, but you're screwed though. There's not even any quarterbacks in this draft.
Maybe Clint Coogii can find one.
He can find one. Yeah, I mean. It's happened before. Tom Brady, right? But Johnny, 0 tolerance. Seahawks defense suffocates Vikings in historic shutout. Now you have to go back to 2007 to find the last time the Minnesota Vikings put a 0 on the scoreboard. It was 34-0 against the Packers. But that streak ended Sunday in Seattle. The Seahawks defense was a buzzsaw, intercepting rookie Max Brosmer 4 times and holding Justin Jefferson to 4 receiving yards. It was a masterclass by Mike McDonald, a nightmare for the rookie, and a statement that the Legion of Boom 2.0 might be arriving ahead of schedule. 26-0, Seahawks win that game. They go to 9-3 in a tie, essentially, for the first seed, but I think tiebreakers, they don't have it. And then the Vikings fall to 4-8. But Johnny, Justin Jefferson had just 4 yards. This is a wasted year for a generational talent. Is he going to demand a trade if the QB situation isn't fixed?
He certainly has every right to. If he doesn't, it would prove a level of loyalty
or stupidity. What? Yeah, there's a line.
Yeah, both. Loyalty to a fault. Because he has every right to. There's not a person in America, there is not a Vikings fan who wouldn't go, no, I get it. You know what I mean? Like, you have to. A funny little anecdote here. In my Dynasty League, I quietly picked up Max Brosmer to put on my bench. Because I was like, you know what? Or Matt Brosmer or Max Brosmer, whatever. Brosmer.
Yeah.
M. Brosmer. I don't know his first name.
Max.
Doesn't matter. Max? Okay, I was right. I picked him up quietly in my Dynasty League because I was like, you know what? He can't be worse than 9. And maybe I'm finding Brock Purdy right now. Maybe I'm grabbing the next Brock Purdy, this just guy that's been sitting there quietly lurking on the depth chart, and he's going to walk in there, ball out, 3 tuds, no interceptions, and steal the job away. I put in 4 waiver claims this week to just get him off my squad. I'm like, get him out of here. Don't want him. Put in 4 waiver claims, all of them, to get rid of Max Brosmer. He's gone now.
He's trash, bro.
Trash. How are you worse than 9?
He looked like Will Levis, bro. You see that throw he made?
Worst, yeah, he did the Will Levis throw. Bro. I had such a sweat this week in that league because I was playing against the Seahawks defense, and it just kept getting worse. It was like, dang, the Seahawks defense has 17 points because they're shutting them out, and then they just got a house call. All right, it's whatever. And I was like, oh, another interception. Oh, another interception. Oh, sack. Oh, fumble recovery. Oh, another interception. Sack, sack, sack. And it was like, they walked out with 32 points based on how defenses are scored in that league. 32 points. I could not believe it. I was disgusted, appalled. I mean, it just shows how good of a defensive mind Mike McDonald is. Because they did that without, I mean, it was the first dud JSN game of the season.
It was.
You know? No receiver 8 in that game.
No receiver, no quarterback. I mean, Sam Darnold, I don't even think he played the full game, but he still played, still got more yards than Max.
No, yeah. Max needs to be impaled on a Viking horn.
Bro, the Vikings are fucked.
They are just going to have to live with the fact that they made one of the worst quarterback decisions that we've ever seen. They let Sam Darnold walk and didn't give him a good enough counter for $33 million a year. Couldn't counter better, even though he led to a 14-win season. And now they are in absolute quarterback hell to the point where they might have to do a full rebuild. That's how bad it is.
So bad. No, we're going to have to do a DTF in the near future, where it's we got to rank the most consequential bad decisions by franchises. Because there's a couple we've talked about with the Titans, with the Browns, with the Vikings. I'm sure there's some more in the last 10 years, of course. But, like, there's been some decisions where you look at these teams and you go, things could be drastically different for you right now if you just didn't make that decision. And all of these teams, by the way, that made that decision, it's not like they made that decision and they were bad. They were all on the right track when they made that decision. So
yeah.
it's
a rough outing, but honestly, I think it's poetic justice, I think, to just have a player that's like, I just put up 4,000 yards and got you to 14 wins, and you thought that I wasn't good enough to bring back. Like, you deserve this. Like, honestly, the Vikings deserve it.
No, they had two, well, at one point in the season, potential MVP candidates on their roster last year. So, yeah, it's tough because Kevin O'Connell's a quarterback whisperer, but he can't whisper to that. That was tough. That's tough. No. He's no, that's what I'm saying. And it somebody said Vikings fans when they were wondering why Carson Wentz was playing for so long, and they go, now I know why Carson Wentz was playing for so long.
Because the other options were that bad.
They knew. They're like, JJ, take your time with this injury. No rush back at all. We want you healthy.
JJ McCarthy is now the poster child, the caricature of a terrible quarterback. Like, dude, that photo of him going...
He's got more memes than he does wins.
Like, that photo, it's over. That people are photoshopping other quarterbacks onto that. Yeah,
it's over. Lamar Jackson on there.
Yeah, I saw somebody. Yeah, blackface JJ McCarthy could be Lamar.
Insane. Oh man,
it's over. His career is done.
It took about 10 weeks.
Well, because it's not even like it's not like it's Sam Darnold or something, where it's like Sam Darnold came in the league and was instantly bad, but he was supposed to be really good. You know what I mean? Like Sam Darnold was supposed to be a crazy talent, and so he got more chances. JJ was not supposed to be good. Like
there were just a lot of quarterback needy teams.
Yeah,
and the Vikings didn't even.
People thought he was overdrafted where he was drafted.
Yeah,
and so I'm like.
And there were some teams saying they were about to pick him top 5. I said, I wish a nigga would.
Lies.
Lies, bro.
Lies.
They're lies. They're all smoke screens, bro. They're trying to get teams to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
All smoke. Don't believe shit you hear in the draft season. It's all fake. GMs are putting out shit to make other GMs go, oh, wait a minute. We might want to do this. So no, it's he should demand a trade, I think. I wouldn't blame him. Nobody should blame him. He is in a very bad situation. And he's got much more personal stakes to this because he's not just competing for receivers all time with the past and present. He's competing directly with a graduate from his college who was consistently compared to him over and over and over again, who has one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you were talking about competing with someone else. That's funny. I thought you were talking about Randy Moss.
Oh, well, no. Well, he was with the Raiders for a bit, but he was even then. I think he still put up numbers.
Yeah, no, yeah, but Randy Moss was like, I need.
But yeah, Randy that makes sense too. But I'm talking about Jamar. He's gonna always be compared to Jamar.
Jamar, yeah,
and
yeah.
Also in his back of his mind, he's thinking, I know I'm better than this nigga. And his yards are just going to keep going like this. And I can't even get a target because nobody can even hit me. So, he's got to demand a trade for himself. But for the Vikings, I mean, they got about a year to get it fixed. I give him a year. I don't think JJ's the dude where he'd just be like, all right, 1 year bad, I'm out. But, like, if this happens 2 years in a row, he probably is the type of dude. Because now we're in that age where players they're empowered, right? Like it's all about doing what's best for the player, which I like. Sometimes as a fan it sucks, but honestly, if you're mad at Justin Jefferson, if he requests a trade and you're a Vikings fan, you're just being selfish.
Yeah, no, it's fully allowed. It's disgusting. It's the same thing of like AJ Brown, and like granted, in the past couple of weeks he's got more work, but like based on how this season was going, like AJ Brown could have requested a trade and nobody could have said anything about it. No. Because it's like it's disrespectful. It's a travesty how you're treating this player. You could argue,
why would the Eagles fight it? Like, do they need him? Like,
no,
probably not. He's good. He helps.
I already said. I told you my harebrained scheme, which was that the Eagles should trade their entire receiving core straight up for the Bills' entire receiving core. Just straight up 1-for-1, trade them all, because the Eagles don't throw the ball. It doesn't matter. They're not going to get people involved. Just give them this random, like, low-cost group of receivers. They can cut a bunch of cap out of there. And now the Bills have a group of good receivers that Haley's husband can throw to, because he's had absolute pitiful receiving work, receivers around him for the past 2 years. So give Haley's husband a couple of like actually good receivers he can throw to, and give the Eagles a couple of bodies that don't cost anything.
Yeah, that would work. That would work. But honestly, what they should have did was they should have took AJ Brown, a second round pick, and Dallas Goedert, and packaged that for Brock Bowers.
Yeah, it would have been funny.
He won't complain, but he probably get the ball more than anybody else anyway.
Yeah.
So, no, but it's similar to the situation. Like, you can't get mad at a player. They want what's best for them because, again, they got to feed their family. And when it comes to contract time, they're going to say, hey, you had a down year. And it's like, well, yeah, but you didn't throw me the ball. But teams ain't trying to hear that. But listen, Johnny, last game here. Stroud returns. Defense dominates. Texans stifle Colts to shake up the AFC South. It wasn't a masterpiece, but it was a message. CJ Stroud returned to the lineup and did just enough, but the headline out of Lucas Oil Stadium is the Houston defense. They swarmed Daniel Jones, forced key stops, and slammed the door shut when it mattered most. The Texans walk out with a 2016 win, tightening the screws on the AFC South and leaving the Colts searching for answers. Texans go to 7-5. Colts fall to 8-4. Next up, Texans at the Chiefs. Colts are going to go to the Jags next. Keep in mind as well, the Colts, they play the Jags twice and the Texans once more to finish the season.
And the Niners and the Seahawks. That's
scary.
how the Colts finished that season. They finished the season with all playoff teams.
Yep.
all teams that are in the playoffs, and then the Jags, and then the Texans again. That's how you get to run out the season. The Colts, I love Carly, man. They could lose out. They could really lose out.
And they'd have to be 8-9.
Losing record. And then it's over. They could lose out. That's a gauntlet you have to go through. That's the gauntlet of all gauntlets.
Yeah.
Like, the worst team that you have to play for the rest of the season is the team that just beat you. And you got to play them again the final game of the season, which might be, like, for the Texans playoff
Jags
hopes.
better than the Texans? Record-wise, but as a team.
Record-wise, maybe they're probably, like, very equivalent. Very equivalent teams.
I think Jags probably have a slightly better offense with a slightly lesser defense, and then the Texans have obviously one of the best defense in the league.
Mm-hmm. I'd say the best, but yeah, it's either there's three teams you can put in the running for best defense in the league:
Seahawks, Broncos, and the Texans.
Texans. That's it. Yep. Seahawks, Broncos, Texans. There's your list.
And then even then, the Browns are still scary, and the Eagles obviously aren't bad, but obviously those three, they're top of the top. But Texans, they could be one.
Seahawks, Broncos, Texans, or Myles Garrett. What's the best defense
or
in the league?
Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny, all that to say, are the Colts choking away the division lead?
Yes. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, they are. We're watching it happen. They already did. It's gone. They don't have it anymore. The Jags are number one in the division, and they have to play the Colts twice still. The Colts have to win these games. Yeah, Jags are number one in the division right now.
Okay, well, they're still technically tied for first.
No, they're not. Jags have the tiebreaker.
There's a tiebreaker, but I know what you're...
But yes, they are.
They control their destiny. That's what I'm saying.
They're choking away the lead. They're not losing... Like, they're losing close games. They're losing games that they could easily win.
And they're decimated by injuries right now.
Yeah, they got a lot of injuries. Sauce, who knows how long he's out for.
Daniel Jones himself.
Daniel Jones has a fractured fibula, and their next quarterback up is a rookie. The guy from Notre Dame, whose name escaped me. Yeah,
that boy, Riley Leonard. Hey,
yeah.
he could be nice.
Who knows? But a rookie, nonetheless.
Yeah, nonetheless. Hasn't played all season.
Right. So, hasn't played ever. So, it's a real rough spot for them to be in, and you have your margin of error is so low, and you do not have one game to rest for the rest of the year. Because do you see the Colts beating the Seahawks? No shot. No shot. The Niners have shown that no matter what, as long as Robert Saleh and Christian McCaffrey are there, they're going to give you problems every game.
Win Coach of the Year just with what if he makes the playoffs with this team, he should be in the contention because the injuries that they have.
I feel like every single, not to get off topic too much, I was just thinking about this today. I think that both of like the big ones, the MVP and Coach of the Year, to me is just not even a question. It's Drake Maye and Mike Vrabel.
Stafford?
No, it's Drake Maye and Mike Vrabel. It's not even a question. What are we talking about?
You know what's so funny? We went from Dak Prescott to Baker Mayfield to Sam Darnold to fucking
Well, I never said Sam Darnold. But
No, I know, but I'm saying, but the general like the population out there, it just every week it's like, oh wait, now it's this guy.
Yeah, but now we're at a point where it's like, unless they tailspin, unless they lose out, which by the way, they'll still make the playoffs if they lose out.
They will.
But like, you turn this team around from unwatchably bad in one season to literally leading the entire AFC, literally leading the entire NFL. You have the best record in the entire NFL right now. From 1 year difference. Drake Maye, and I mean, it's not even a question. That's who it should be. I would have a problem. There are 3 guarantees right now. Mike Vrabel, if the season ends today, Mike Vrabel, Drake Maye, Myles Garrett. There you go. Don't even think about it.
It's funny. I don't think we picked any of them in the beginning of the season either. Crazy. I don't even know why I didn't think about Myles Garrett.
Because it's a boring pick.
Yeah, it is.
He already has, 2, maybe 3 DPOYs?
Like, you're not going to pick LeBron.
It'd be like picking Shea for MVP in the NBA or Jokic for MVP in the NBA. It's like, he already has 3. Like, do I really need to... I'm not going to pick. That's boring.
Not to get off topic, but you played NBA 26 yet?
No.
I just got it the other day. Trying to get that dynasty. See Ace Bailey up in live action. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
But they got that Black Friday sale. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I think they're choking away the division lead. I actually think that the Jags will win that division. Because that is what I predicted when the season began. It
feels like it's not going to be the Colts. It feels like it's either going to be the Jags or the Texans at this point.
And
it doesn't feel like the Colts have it anymore. And I love Carly. You know, we're the Carly podcast. But
we love Carly.
Man.
We love Carly. But Johnny, you let me do it. About 6-7 weeks ago, you let me switch my prediction on this division from the Jags to the Colts. And you said, wow, that's a real bold prediction. Switching to the division winner, the division leader. And I said, listen, man, they got it. And I don't know what happened. What happened from that point? Like, how are we here right now? It went from saying, wow, the Colts are 7-1 or 8-1 to, or not 7-1, 8-1, but 7-1 or 6-1 to, thank God they started 6-1 or 7-1, or they might be in the top 10 of the draft.
No matter what, I'm right, because I picked the Texans. I had the
Jags when the season started.
I'm right no matter what. I've hedged all my bets. I've placed little bets all over this roulette table. One of mine, so it's like I picked the Texans in our prediction thing to win the division, but also I'm the Carly Ursay guy. I'm America's Carly Ursay guy, but also at the end of last season, on Black Monday or around that time when they started hiring new coaches,
yep,
I stuck my flag in that I thought Liam Cohen was legit early when everybody was like, Duval is goofy, he's gonna suck. And I went, no, he's good because he's so goofy. He's swagless. He's not funny. He's got zero swag at all. And every coach and teams were lining up, threatening to litigation against other teams because they poached him. I'm like, he's real. He's legit. And now, no matter what, I'm right. As long as the Titans don't come all the way back.
Which at this point, I think is statistically impossible.
Statistically impossible. Yeah. Statistically impossible. They're 1-11.
But yeah, so no, they're choking it away. But as far as this game, I mean, it just, the injuries. Daniel Jones does not look like himself, obviously. He has in the last few weeks, but with that injury, I don't think we're going to see.
Daniel Jones didn't look like himself the entire season. Now he looks like himself.
Yes, exactly. But especially, I mean, with the injury, I'm thinking he's a quarterback where if he's not mobile, if Daniel Jones with his passing skill set alone was a pocket passer, he would not be successful. He needs the mobility. And so I'm thinking, I don't know how painful a fractured fibula is. I've never had that. But I can't imagine that dude is cutting up running like he was before. And he doesn't look the same either.
That Jonathan one Taylor hasn't been playing as well. He's kind of taking a step back.
He was a potential MVP candidate too.
Not really.
Not really? No?
No running back is a potential MVP candidate. It's a fake thing. It's a fake thing that they like to tickle us with, but it's always fake.
Always. Yeah, no. I mean, who knows though? Nico Collins rushing touchdown, so we could see some receivers sneak in there. You can count them as running backs.
Yeah. No, I mean it's always fake.
Nah, No, I agree. I mean, like we've talked about, they got to split that award up. Split that award up between two different awards. Make sure.
It doesn't have to be split up. It just should be. But like I said, they're just never going to do it because if Christian McCaffrey,
quarterback,
right? If Christian McCaffrey didn't win it
MVQ
3 years ago or 2 years ago, then no one will ever win it. If Christian McCaffrey didn't win it, if Saquon didn't win it last year, no one will ever win it. No running back will ever win it again. It's over. It's done. Because both of them were clearly the most valuable player in the league. Specifically McCaffrey.
I wonder what a lineman would have to do to even be in contention for that award. Like,
nothing,
you know what I'm saying? Like, they got to
throw for 5,000 yards. That's what a lineman would have to do.
What if they scooped up 7 fumbles and ran 5 touchdowns, and then they caught
They can't do that.
5. Oh, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah, lineman can't advance the ball after they pick up a fumble.
Next segment. All
right.
As you guys know.
Let me pee real quick.
Well, that's bullshit. No,
I have
not allowed.
to urinate.
As you guys know, not all Sundays are created equal. For some, it was a victory lap filled with highlight reels. For others, it was a long, sleepless night. It's time for Sunday Scaries. Now, first up, we have Max Brosmer, quarterback, Minnesota Vikings. Hide the iPad, hide the film. Max Brosmer, cover your eyes. You cannot throw 4 interceptions in your first start and expect to sleep at night. A 32.8 passer rating, a 0 on the scoreboard. The Sunday Scaries aren't just knocking at his door. They kicked it down and stole the furniture. Number 2, we have Aaron Rodgers, quarterback, Pittsburgh Steelers. Broken wrist, bloody nose, strip sacked for a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers looked like he went 12 rounds with a boxer, not a football game. He watched the fourth quarter from the sideline in a blowout. If that's not a Sunday Scary, I don't know what is. Father Time remains undefeated. And number 3 for Sunday Scaries this week, we have Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. When the FIRE Tomlin chants start raining down at Acrisure Stadium, you know it's a nightmare. The Steelers melted down in the second half, the offense disappeared, and they got physically bullied by Buffalo. Mike T usually sleeps fine, but tonight, the seat is getting hot. Now, Johnny, who do you have for your cold sweat award this week? I know who I have. But who
it's not even a question. It's not even a question. It's Max Brosmer. It's not even a question because there has never been an opportunity for a third string quarterback to propel himself into a starting position more easily served up on a platter to anybody ever. You're behind 9 and an injured Carson Wentz. It was right there for the taking. Everyone wanted you to succeed. Everyone had chalked up that JJ McCarthy was destined to fail. And you were worse than him. You were so bad you will never start an NFL game ever again. That's how bad you were. Your NFL career is over. Max Brosmer. Enjoy the UFL. Enjoy the CFL. Get ready to learn Detroit, buddy. But it's over now. Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. It's done.
No, 100%. I got Max Brosmer as well. Is sleepless night. Yeah, he's never gonna play ever again. He's never gonna step foot on a field ever again. If there was a first round quarterback, there'd be some questions. But where he is, No.
It's over. It's done.
Never. Tom Brady didn't do that shit. So it's over.
Brock Purdy didn't do that shit.
and then we question Brock still.
Mm-hmm.
So nah, bro.
Brock Purdy came in there as Mr. Irrelevant and took his team all the way to an NFC championship, and then only lost because he broke his fucking elbow. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. So Max Brosmer, he's definitely. Yep, that's the Cold Sweat Award.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny, did anyone losing their job this week?
I guess I got to put my money where my mouth is, right? I think I got to put my money where my mouth is as the Grim Reaper of the NFL.
Say Max Brosmer.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was about to say, that's obvious.
This brings me no joy. But I think that the bell has tolled on the Tomlin era.
Whoa, what? That's crazy.
I think it might actually have been, this might be it. I mean, it might be over, man. It might be a real changing of the guard. Every team in the AFC North might fire their coach. Think about that for a moment.
You're the Grim Reaper of the AFC North. Holy
I might be
shit.
the Grim Reaper of the AFC North. Because think about it. Every team has grounds to do it. Like, Zach Taylor has not shown that he is a good coach at all. Like, he had the one Super Bowl run, and beyond that...
Yeah, he brings it up in interviews. That's about it.
And beyond that, you've missed the playoffs 3 years in a row, man. You haven't done anything since then. You don't elevate your team. No one thinks you're a genius. You're just the guy who happened to be holding the clipboard when you went on the Super Bowl run. You didn't even win it. So that's rough. John Harbaugh, you might walk ass backwards into winning this division, but your team's in shambles. Your quarterback's playing worse than he ever has, and you'll probably lose round one in the playoffs if you make it there. The Steelers, Tomlin, if you walk ass backwards into the playoffs, you might do it with your first ever losing record, and you'll certainly lose in the first round of the playoffs. And as I've said once before about Kevin Stefanski, many times before about Kevin Stefanski, you're supposed to be an offensive guy. And your team's being propped up by its defense. You've had the worst offense in the league for 3 years in a row now. Like, you've been pitiful, unwatchably bad on offense. My God, since Nick Chubb got injured, you don't have an offense.
Yeah.
Like, that's how, like, their offense was so solely propped up by Nick Chubb that when he got injured, it was over forever. So, all that to say, it might be a complete wipe of the AFC North. We'll see, but I have to put my money where my mouth is and just go, I felt a shift in the wind in my gut. It just felt that way after that Bills loss. So I'm going to say, Mike Tomlin, it's not going to be the Reaper is dragging you in. It's going to be one of those things where I'm going to pull an obscure reference. You know the story from Harry Potter where there's like the Deathly Hallows, the three like special things. There's like one brother, there's three brothers. One has the Elder Wand, one has the thing that can bring people back from the dead, and the other one has the invisibility cloak.
Yeah.
And the two of them die, and death comes for both of them, and the third one uses the invisibility cloak to hide from death, and then when he's ready, he meets death as his equal and walks off with him. That's Mike Tomlin. It's not the Grim Reaper grabbing him. He's going to go meet Mike Tomlin as his equal, and they're going to walk off together.
God, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
You know?
And the Grim Reaper himself. But guys,
listen, I look forward to walking off with you, Mike.
Not everyone caught a case of the Sunday Scaries, and not everyone was in danger from the Grim Reaper this week. In Week 13, we had one player who went to bed with a smile on their face. Your NFL Week 13 Sleeping All Right Tonight nominee is Bryce Young, quarterback, Carolina Panthers. Now, Bryce Young, take a bow. Everyone wrote him off, but he stared down the 9-win Rams and didn't blink. 2 fourth-down touchdown passes. That's ice in the veins. He's not just sleeping all right. He's dreaming of playoffs. The kid has arrived. Now, Johnny, was this just a great moment for Bryce Young, or is this the start of some serious momentum for Bryce Young?
I think I've made my opinion very clear on this.
Oh, you're not changing?
When Bryce Young... No, I think that more often than not, Bryce Young sucks. But let's just do it fun though. The
Bryce
fun
Young's
version of it
hater.
is the fun version of it is when Bryce Young steps onto a football field, the gods flip a coin and the Panthers fan base holds their breath.
So Johnny's going with a moment, I guess.
Yeah, I'll go with moment.
Man, just a moment. Well, you know what? If he can put 5 more moments together and then 4 more after that, you know what that is?
He's a Super Bowl champion.
That's momentum. Momentum.
Momentum.
I'm going with momentum.
It's 9 moments in a row. I would say actually 10 if you count this week.
I'm going with momentum. He's not as good as CJ Stroud. He's not CJ Stroud. The Panthers should have picked CJ Stroud first, albeit I don't think that it would be worse for CJ Stroud if he was picked by the Panthers. But that being said, he was picked first for a reason. I've said it before. He's got talent. You know, he's a little short, but he's got talent. And
he was picked first for a reason. It's a CJ Stroud went to Ohio State, and Ohio State quarterbacks have a really bad reputation.
And I think they called him dumb too.
Yeah. He had like one weird like cognitive test that went poorly, and they were like, he's stupid.
Bro, Cam Scatterbo will fail every one of those cognitive tests, and look at that man.
Yeah.
That man couldn't pass his test if it was to put his name on it. No, listen. Listen. Yeah. But Bryce Young though, I think it's momentum. He's gonna keep it going. Like I said, Panthers are gonna win that division. And if the Panthers go from what they were last year, the year before, to this, winning the division, that's momentum. That's momentum. And it's gonna be on the back of Bryce Young, because you can't do it without a quarterback. The most important position on the field. So
that's true.
Rest easy, Bryce Young. The haters are out there. But here on Couch Coach, half of us believe in you. So
yeah, come on, big dog.
Big
dog. You wrong, big dog.
But check this out, guys. It's time for Couch Coach of the Year, where we determine which coach is crowned Couch Coach of the Year through weekly picks.
Oh, sorry, bro. I just got a text. Oh man, I gotta go. Actually, I gotta leave. I'm sorry. I can't. This segment, I can't do it. Sorry, bro. Guess you have to do this one without me.
What do you mean?
No. I just feel like it'd be better if I wasn't here for this segment. I don't want to show my face this segment.
Oh, you're dragging us down this week, yeah. You're dragging us
really?
down.
It's a rough one this week. A rough one for Johnny.
If you think you can beat us, submit your picks for the following games by the start of Thursday night's game for a chance to be featured in a future segment. And as we just alluded to, guys, that race to 500 is getting real sticky. It's getting real sticky.
I really fucked it up for us, guys. I really did. I'm sorry for the Couch Coach fan base. I really messed it up.
The first week all year that I didn't drag us down, and Johnny did. Look at that. Yeah, I'd say at this rate, none of us should be Couch Coach of the Year. We got to give it to we got to give it to Sean. He's the guest. I think he had a winning
Sean's
record.
The GOAT.
He's the only one with a winning record. But anyway, recap from last week, guys. Listen, because we had some bowls. So I'm proud to announce that I won the Turkey, Yams, and Ham Bowl with a record of 1-2. Go!
That's all it took.
How about them Cowboys?
That was all it took. 1-2.
Because John went 0-3. Johnny went 0-3. Over.
Much to my happiness, because I do have Jordan Love in my dynasty league, so it actually was good for me. But
bro, I was rooting for the Lions. I was so mad, bro. I was like, man, I picked the Lions once in my fucking life on Thanksgiving, and they let me down.
People at home, if you ever want to know who I'm rooting for, just know if it's the Lions, Packers, or Eagles, I'm rooting. Or not the Lions, the Bills, Packers, or Eagles, I'm rooting against them. Always. Those are my 3 least favorite teams. So even if I pick them, I'm rooting against them. Just like the Bears-Eagles game. I picked the Eagles, but I was rooting against them. I never want the Eagles to win.
Oh, man. Well, you should have went with the heart instead of the mind, because I also won the double discount bowl. Well, obviously one game, so 1-0. Johnny 0-1. Bears won that one. And then Johnny, you know what? We have a little thing here, because in the forgotten but not lost... Excuse me there. In the forgotten but not lost holiday hangover bowl, I was 2-2. You were also 2-2. Now, I had picked 2 upsets. I had the Jets, Jets, Jets. And then I also had the Panthers. The Panthers. Keep pounding, baby. But then I also picked the Fraudinals. You picked the Fraudinals.
I did not pick the Fraudinals.
Yeah, you did actually.
Bullshit, I did.
I swear to God. Hold on. You picked the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
You picked the Rams. I picked the Browns. You picked the Niners.
Yeah.
You picked the Cardinals.
There's no way I would never pick the Cardinals over the Bucks. There's no shot.
You mentioned the injury in Jacoby Brissett being...
Okay, yes, because I thought that Baker wasn't going to play. Okay, yeah. No, I did. You're right.
So, wow. We got to make a last-second update. I was wrong. You were 1-3. Never mind. I win. I was going to give it to you because we were both 2-2, and out of sportsmanship, I was going to give you that forgotten but not lost holiday hangover bowl, but never mind. You went 1-3. You're a loser.
I'm a loser. It was a bad week for me.
I am the winner of all 3
I got
bowls.
one right pick. I got one correct pick this week. It was a rough one.
That's crazy. Hold on. I'm about to make that update. So Johnny is 1-6. That brings him... No, actually. That puts you to 1-7. No, that's ugly. And that brings you down to 30 and 29.
Okay, I'm still above 500.
So
that's all that matters.
500.
As long as I'm not below 500, I'm okay.
I was 4-4. So I'm 25-34 on the season now. But unfortunately for Couch Coach, that's
a bad week for
that
Couch
edit
Coach.
to Johnny's record there brings us from the 60 and 66 I thought we were to the 59 and 67. So we got 2 more games to make up. 67. So anyway, we need to now make up 8 games. When coming into the week, we only had to make up 2.
Okay, so that means that you and me have to pick all the same this week.
Thanks a
Doesn't
lot,
matter.
John.
We got to pick all the same this week. I'm sorry I joked it.
Nah,
really
because
my
that's
bad.
gonna have us fucking. It's gonna have us be fucking way below. No, hold on. Especially if I'm
Let's go
I'm
gambling.
picking with you. I'm gonna pick the opposite of you based off last week. But anyway,
If you pick the opposite of me, we're gonna just go 500 again.
that's better than us both losing.
It's not better than us both winning, man. You gotta go.
You
You gotta come with me
gonna
on this one,
win.
brother. You gotta come with me on this one, brother.
Well, listen, we
Believe me.
got some matchups. Week 14, guys. Listen, these lines, they're from today. They're from today, Tuesday, December 2nd, approximately 3
12-2.
p.m. But anyway, Colts at the Jaguars, Johnny, the first one, and they're giving the Jags a 1.5.
If there's one thing I know about the Colts, they are notoriously bad at Jacksonville. Give me the Jags. Duval.
Hey, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, baby. We already know. Colts losing that division, and it starts here. Duval. Give me the Jags, baby. Commanders at the Vikings. They're giving the Commanders a 1.5.
Yeah, give me the commies. Jaden's supposed to be back theoretically.
Even if Mariota,
even if it's Mariota, though,
it's gonna be better than whoever the fuck the Vikings throw out there.
Yeah, I don't trust any. The Vikings quarterback play is bad enough that I'm not picking him. Give me Mariota or Jaden Daniels.
On that same line, I'm going the commies too. No shot. I'm not picking 9. I'm not picking Max.
Yeah, not 9, not 12, not nobody.
Carson's not playing, so that doesn't even matter.
Carson's dead.
This one's an ugly one. Dolphins at the Jets.
God damn it!
And they're giving the Jets 2.5 points. We got a home dog, baby.
Oh God.
I guess we had that the first one too, but
yeah. You know what? It seems like Tyrod Taylor's lit a fire on the Jets. Let's go with the Jets.
Yeah, the Jets had me going last week. I had the Jets. We got him going. Tyrod. I'm going with Tyrod again.
Let's go!
I'm going with Tyrod again. Give me the Jets, baby. Jets. Jets. That being said, I think both teams will put up some numbers fantasy-wise on the receivers and whatnot.
But yeah, Adonai Mitchell breakout?
Oh, yeah. I'm claiming him. Give me the Jets. Thank God this shit don't come out till after the waivers clear. And you are banned from claiming him now, Johnny, unless you already have it in there.
No, I'm not claiming him. I looked over my waivers this week, and I was like, there's nobody.
But you know what?
There's no one I want to claim.
If Adonai is gone and I don't get him, I might pick up Mechie just as a flyer.
Yeah. There's nobody I want to pick up. Like, there's no one I want to drop. That's kind of how I feel. Well, I got Scary Terry off the waivers last week, so I feel good about that.
One league I dropped Tony Pollard because I gave up on him. I'm done. I'm not. I had to keep on
perfectly
my team
reasonable.
Because I was like, man, he's Tony Pollard is an RB1 on any RB1 on any team you got to consider. You know what I'm saying? Because like they're gonna get carries, but I'm just like, bro, he's getting carries. He's not doing nothing with them. And that offense is abysmal. Yeah, because I can't have him on my bench in the playoffs and be fucking around with that. I'd rather have two players that both could bust than have a player that I expect to do good. He hasn't gotten he hasn't gotten more than fucking 12 points, 14 points all season. And he consistently gets like 9. I'm like, that's not going to get it done in the playoffs. Like, I'm not trying to just make it there. I'm trying to win. So, yeah, I had to cut him. And then I cut somebody else for, I cut the dude from the Bam Knight. Because I'm like, I'll just reclaim him if he ends up playing. But I got Trey Benson on my IR, and he's probably going to play. So,
all that to say, Jets.
Jets. Cowboys at the Lions, and they're giving the Cowboys 3 points. This one is going to be this is usually a Thanksgiving game, but this would be a good one.
It's the very rare Thursday night game where both teams have a full week of rest.
Hold on, they play Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
It's a rare Thursday night game where both teams have a full week of rest. Let me double check that I'm right about that, but I believe I'm correct about that. Let me see that I'm correct about this. Yes, Thursday night game. So, all that to say, I'm riding the hot hand. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, George Pickens, Dak Prescott, against the Legion of Whom. Give me the Cowboys.
Wow. That's crazy. I thought we were going to split picks on this one. Terran Arnold's supposed to be out too, apparently, for the season.
That's what we're saying, man. That's the Legion of Whom.
But
I saw someone call the Lions that this week, and I like that a lot because their defense gets so injured that it's a bunch of guys you've never heard of before playing for it. So it's the Legion of Whom.
On that note, give me the Cowboys
Cowboys!
How about them Cowboys? Eagles at the Chargers. And they're giving the Chargers 3 points. Another home dog.
Omarion Hampton, probably back. Likely back.
Yeah, it's been a while since he played, though.
But Justin Herbert, theoretically, out. Certainly injured.
Yeah, if he plays, he's not. They said he apparently is going to have issues being under center, so it's going to have to be all shotgun.
Yeah. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going Eagles. They dropped 2 games in a row. It's kind of what you said last week, but you said it prematurely. But they dropped 2 games in a row. Their backs against the wall. They can't lose this game. The Chargers, they can lose this game. They will lose this game, and they must lose this game. Just give me the Eagles. Texans at the Chiefs. They're giving the Texans 3.5 points.
God, it's got to be the Chiefs, right? It just has to be, or it's over. The Chiefs in the single most must-win non-playoff game they've ever played in the Mahomes era. I think I said this about the Cowboys game last week, but this is actually, if the Chiefs lose this game, it's actually over.
Actually over?
It's actually over. They don't have the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah.
The only team they have a tiebreaker over is the Colts. Every other team, they wouldn't have it anymore. The Texans would have it over them. The Chargers would have it over them. The Broncos would have it over them. The Jags would have it over them. It would be over.
They would have to have a better record.
The Bills would have it over them. Everyone would have it over the Chiefs. The Chiefs simply must win this game, or it is the end of their run. They need to win. They have to win. And as Andy Reid so eloquently put it this week, every play on offense is going to tickle your tonsils. Did you see that he said that?
No.
He literally said every play on offense is going to tickle your tonsils.
Hold on. Who said that?
Andy Reid.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God he said that.
No, he's been running. Do you see he's been taking a lot of photos with those rings on his fingers?
No, but all I'm saying
every
is
photo and interview he's in, he's got them rings on his fingers.
All I can say is he literally said that he's going to skull fuck you with his offense this week.
Listen,
and so with that, I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win.
If he could do it, he would do it, and he would have done it. The Chiefs are great, but I'm just... And I said it back in week 2 when everyone said it was too soon. Coogii, it's too soon. Coogii, don't say it yet. But the Chiefs dynasty is over. O-V-E-R, over. Underline, bold, no italics. Give me the Texans. C.J. Stroud goes in, has at least 300 yards, 4 touchdown passing. Nico Collins has at least 2 touchdowns receiving. Give me Jaden Higgins, Xavier Hutchinson, each 1 touchdown pass reception.
I'll take that.
Texans,
any day.
Texans roll. They cover the line. Well, actually, they're getting an advantage, but they're going to win. They're going to win by double digits. Give me the Texans. And we get to see the Chiefs flounder like Neanderthals.
Have you seen the post where it's like, you prayed that the Chiefs dynasty would end, and it brought you back to me, and it's the Patriots?
That's funny.
I thought it was such a good post.
Nah,
and it brought you back to me.
Before the Colts started losing, they were like, man, it's like we're back in 2014 again. We got the Broncos, Colts, and the Patriots back at the top.
And the Steelers were in there at that point, but yeah.
Yeah. It's like, man,
but
reminiscing
back to the last one?
Back to high school days. No.
Is it the last pick?
It was going to be the last one, but I had to throw this one in there because this is special. We got Titans at the Browns. They're giving the Titans. They're giving the Titans 4.5 points, but we got Cam versus Shedeur for the first time ever. It was almost Cam versus Dylan. His girlfriend's talking shit, but it's Cam versus Shedeur. Who do you got, Johnny?
Shedeur Sanders.
Shedeur.
You know what might happen that game? You know what we actually might see that game? That what? Is, we're not talking about, but we might see Myles Garrett break the sack record that game.
Oh, we could.
He's at 19. He needs 4 more.
He has had 5 in a couple games.
He might do it. That might be the game they do it. 4 sacks for Myles Garrett, breaks the sack record. Shedeur Sanders coming out party? Yeah, give me Shedeur. You know I'm a Shedeur guy. Everyone knows I'm a Shedeur guy. I want him on the Steelers. I believe in him. Legendary. Listen, all of those fun things.
I'm a Shedeur guy, and I picked him against the Niners, which some could say is a little bit of a reach, but against the Titans and this abysmal offense. Listen, you know what's funny? The Browns' offense didn't look great last week. Not at all. But it looked better than the Titans' offense looked at any week this season. So give me the Browns. Perfect timing. And Johnny, we had all the same picks but one.
That's a 13 in 1 week if I ever seen one. That's a 13 in 1 week, boys.
I can still beat you, and we can still have a good couch coach record.
Let's do it. 13 in 1. We're gonna flip the record. We're gonna be betting against the spread next week.
Hold on, 13 and 1. Oh, if we really do go 13, if we're right on,
if all the ones we doubled up on are right, we go 13 and 1.
It was funny.
I
let you pick first, and I did not pick the same as you on purpose. Like, I would have, but it just happened to work out. That's crazy. But Johnny, listen. I got the suit on. Let you know, because they said real football don't start till after Thanksgiving. I'm not really wearing a suit, guys. I got a shirt underneath. Anyway, I mean, I got the suit jacket, but I'm not wearing Anyway, they say real football don't start till after Thanksgiving. So I'm all about business. So we're not playing no games today, Johnny. We're not playing no games today.
No games.
But we are gonna, we're gonna go through something. We're gonna make some predictions. So right now we got the playoff picture after week 13, and we're gonna just play a little bit of who's in, who's out. So in the AFC, we have the Patriots as the 1 seed right now, Broncos, then the Jags, then the Ravens, then the Chargers, then the Colts, and then the Bills. Now, on the AFC side, Johnny, who's in, who's out? What teams that are currently in the playoff picture do you have as making the playoffs? And what teams, if those teams don't all make the playoffs, do you think will replace them?
Get rid of the Chargers, get rid of the Colts, replace them with the Texans and the Chiefs. There's my answer.
Damn, that was crazy. You did that real quick, too. I'm kind of...
Yep. I had it ready.
This man's going to...
I don't have to think about it. I know who it is. Get rid of the Chargers, get rid of the Colts, replace them with the Texans and the Chiefs. That's who's making it.
Okay.
I think the Chargers are due for a death spiral. They have a really hard schedule to finish out the year.
Hold on. Before I say some teams that aren't statistically even possible for me to for them to make it, let me just get this pulled up real quick, because I definitely know some of these teams aren't about to make this shit.
I just honestly, when Andy Reid said that every play on offense is going to tickle your tonsils, I believe again.
He said he was going to. Still in statistically.
Technically, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
So Patriots are going to be in, of course. Broncos going to be in. Jags,
I don't think any team has clinched the playoffs yet in the entire league. I don't think any team has yet. I think every single team can lose out and fall out of it. But for all intents and purposes, the Patriots and the Broncos are 100% in.
Jags, I got them in there. You said the Chargers and the Colts fall out? So you got Buffalo staying in there?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Colts falling out.
If by the way, if the AFC playoff picture shakes out the way that I just told you, it would mean that every pick I had preseason made the playoffs, just not in the exact seeding.
That's fire. Your home team cooking there. I got the Colts falling out. I don't have the Chargers falling out. I do have the Bills falling out. And the Ravens make it. Now, replacing the Colts and the Bills, I have the Houston Texans. But contrary to popular belief, I don't have the Chiefs. I still have my AFC number one.
Steelers?
The Steelers. I got the Steelers making it in as the very last seed of the playoffs, knocking off the Bills. And then, obviously, Houston's going to replace Indy at 6. Jags win that division. So, that's what I got there. I got the Texans, Steelers. They're going to replace the Colts and the Bills. It's going to be a beautiful playoffs. No Bills, no Colts. No Bills, no Chiefs. So, I don't have to even worry. Broncos in. If they win, great. But if they lose, whoever wins, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. Now, NFC, Johnny, we have the 1 seed right now. Ooh, baby. The Bears. 2 seed, Rams. Then we go Eagles, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, 49ers. Who's in? Who's out?
I think that the Packers are out. I think the Packers will fall out of it. Possibly. And who will replace them? The team that traded them, Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons.
Michael.
we all know Michael Parsons, who, look, legendary player, but there's something about these Cowboys I believe. I think the Cowboys are going to eke their way in. And the smart decision would be to say that the Niners will fall out, because it feels like they're winning, for no reason, that they don't really have any star power aside from McCaffrey behind their wins. I'm just a Jordan Love doubter. I'm a Jordan Love doubter, a Jordan Love hater. I don't believe in that offense. And I think that the Cowboys are going to find a way to eke themselves in there. So give me the Cowboys and get rid of the Packers, and everyone else, fine, stay in there. And I'm sticking with the Bucks over the Panthers.
Okay. So, I want to just resoundingly say I got the Bears. They're going to lock up that 1st seed by the time season's done. But the Bears stay in. The Rams will stay in. But they're not going to win that division. The Seahawks will win that division. So the Seahawks are also in. Philly, they're going to win their division, so they're in. Tampa Bay falls out for me. I got the Panthers win that division. Tampa falls out. The 49ers stay in. The Packers also fall out. And I have the Cowboys replacing them as well.
You're the Packers falling out too? Let's go.
Meaning the Lions missed the cut on my side.
Same. I have the Lions missing it too, because in order for the Cowboys to make it, they have to beat the Lions, and that'll probably put a nail in their coffin.
Yeah, which will also show that Ben Johnson was a lot more impactful than a lot might have believed. Because every coach, literally, I've thought about it. Every coach that went from a team last year to a new team this year to be a head coach that isn't on a dismal franchise is doing better than the team they came from. Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson are the first two that come to mind. But like the Jets, Saints, and those are like two dismal franchises. Like I'm not going to expect them to do better than where they came from there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of insane. But no, Ben Johnson's he's killing it, and they're not even playing at their peak yet. They have a lot of flaws that they can still fix. But yeah, so Bears. Then from there, Seahawks, Eagles, Panthers. That's the first 4 seeds. 5 seed, because I'm just getting specific with seeds now. But 5 seed, then we're going with the Niners. 6 seed is going to be the Panthers.
No, you have the Panthers winning the division.
Nope, my bad. No, my bad. You're right. 6 seed is going to be Dallas. Oh, and then the Rams drop. So no, 6 seed. I got this all mixed up. Hold on. So the Rams.
5 the Rams.
5 the Rams.
6 the Niners.
6 the Niners.
7 Dallas.
7 Dallas. My bad, guys. I forgot math. Anyway, so yeah. So those are my 7. In and out. We're going to see some shifts. And just like Sean McVay said, I don't care about who's first seed with 6 weeks left because they're not going to finish first seed. But anyway, Johnny, we're going to wrap up with instant replay. And I just want to preface this because I feel like this might have gotten lost in translation over the last year and a half. But instant replay, and this isn't just for us, Johnny, it's for everybody, but it's the first word is instant. Now usually instant means quick. So these can be in depth, if you got some real insider information for us, whether it's me, Johnny, whether it's you. But these can also be, one hitters. If you just got something quick to say, we don't gotta make it something that it's not, make it deeper than
one word answer every time.
It doesn't gotta be one word. But,
one word answer.
But
I got 2 words for you. Steve Nash and Chris Paul must be TV.
If the ref went back there behind the booth and they were back there for 15 minutes, people might be like, what the fuck is going on? So let me just for, so, and that's for us, but then also for you guys, we're gonna get through this. We want to get through as many stories as possible, give our thoughts on as many things as possible. So we're not gonna go as in depth on everything as you're accustomed to. But anyway, guys, it's time for instant replay, where we get behind the booth for when our viewers need coverage on the biggest stories in sports from a different angle. Now, the first one, Johnny, Patriots win their 10th straight game, crush the Giants. We had to get this in there somehow. But the Patriots, 11-2, dismantled the Giants 33-15 on Monday Night Football, extending their win streak to 10 games. The game featured a 94-yard punt return TD by Marcus Jones. But Johnny, is Drake Maye, and I already know your answer, but we'll get it official here. Is he officially the front runner for MVP?
Yes.
This is actually a good one for the one-word answer. Because you already pretty much answered it earlier anyway. But yeah, no, I think he's the front runner. I don't think he's gonna finish with it as the winner, but he's the front runner right now. Because, again, 2 weeks ago, frontrunner was, in my mind, Sam Darnold or JT, even though JT can't win
Padford.
But then before that, it was, or even after that, a week ago, Matt Stafford. 3 weeks ago was Baker Mayfield. 4 weeks ago was Dak Prescott. So, you know what I'm saying? This shifts every week. And, next week it might be Trevor Lawrence all of a sudden. So, we're we gotta hold off, but right now, yeah, he's the front runner for MVP for sure. But Johnny, viral moment, Young Ho, my bad. We'll show some respect for the tradition. Young Wei Koo's ghost kick in a bizarre moment during Monday Night Football. Giants kicker Young Wei Koo attempted a field goal, but dug his foot into the turf and completely missed the ball. It's trending as one of the worst special team fails in history. Is this the yips or just a freak equipment malfunction with the turf?
The only thought I could have about this was that it's just crazy how bad Young Wei Koo's reputation tanked in one season. He was seen as like one of the most lock or dependable kickers in the NFL, and in one season, done. And so I'm gonna say it's the yips. The position that is the single most affected by the yips. Got him. It's over.
Got him.
It's done. Sorry, man. There's no coming back from this one.
I was looking at our
Get ready to
scripts
relearn Korean, buddy.
I was looking at our scripts from last year, and one of the scripts was him kicking a game winner, and it was about him being one of the most clutch kickers in the league. And I go, oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. He's got the yips, bro. That man kicked the ground. That man hit the devil. He said,
and he lied about it too.
He said that church.
He said it looked like the snap wasn't good, the hold wasn't good, so I had to pull up on it. I was like, that's not what happened. We have slow-mo, frame-by-frame footage of you kicking the ground, choking.
That nigga was curb stomping for Jesus. That nigga was out here like, bro, I'm trying to hit the devil with this kick. Bro, that shit can't happen. No. Charlie Brown ass nigga.
Charlie Brown, that's good.
Oh, God damn. God damn, bro. Get that nigga out of here. He about to get cut again. The Giants will be on their third kicker if they cut him. Maybe their fourth, because they had an injury. That was the reason he even played in the first place. So they had a kicker. They cut him. They had a kicker. He was injured. Young Hui played. We'll see. We'll see. I should have reapered his ass. Justin Herbert. We touched on this a little bit. Built different. Reports confirmed Justin Herbert played through a fractured finger / hand, essentially the back of his hand here. During Sunday's win versus the Raiders, he finished the game supposedly earning massive respect across the league. But the question, Johnny, can Herbert be effective against better defenses in the playoffs if he is dealing with this injury and cannot take snaps under center? Now, I know you said that he will not make the playoffs, but hypothetically, assuming that he does, can he be effective long-term with this injury? And again, assuming he can't take snaps under center for some time just because, that's a little tough.
Not with his whole line injured.
Bro.
Maybe if he has Slater and Alt, then he could be, but it's too many things going against you. It's over.
Is he becoming the new Joe Burrow? I mean, not really.
No,
it's only short.
Because Joe Burrow's won a playoff game.
Oh, wow. Never. I was talking about something way different, but that's hilarious. Yeah, no, you're right.
Honestly,
right.
Herbert might be following the footsteps of his former Charger.
Johnny, whose career would you rather have right now? Joe Burrow's to this point or Herbert's?
It's not even a question. What are we talking about? Obviously, Joe Burrow.
Well, I know. I knew you were going to say that. But isn't that crazy considering that Herbert's basically played every season and Joe Burrow's missed like 60% of his career?
Joe Burrow has made it to a Super Bowl. Everyone agrees he's a top 5 quarterback no matter what.
Justin Herbert
if you could describe
that Jaguars fucking comeback.
There is one word that you can describe Justin Herbert's entire career with. Do you know what the word is?
What?
If. That's his whole career. If his defense was a little better, if his O-line was a little better, if he had better receivers, if he had a better running back, if he didn't have Brandon Staley,
You know what's crazy? If Bo Nix gets a win before him, it'll take a Justin Herbert so long that the quarterback that came to his college to replace him got a fucking playoff win before him.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I respect Justin Herbert as like the 9th best quarterback in the league. Beyond that, nothing else.
And it's all off talent, not even resume.
Yeah, just talent. But yeah. I'm not a Justin Herbert believer. I'm not a Justin Herbert doubter, but I'm not a believer. I'm not a guy that thinks he's like destined for greatness. I think he's just good. He's just he's a good player.
This certainly isn't a Justin Herbert hate show in the sense that like it is a Josh Allen, but this is certainly a we question Justin Herbert show and has been for a little bit now. We got some questions, Justin. We got some questions. But no, honestly, I would take Joe Burrow's career too. It's crazy.
Joe Burrow also has a national championship. Don't forget that.
That is true. That is true. Nah, you're right. You're right. I don't. I think they make the playoffs, but to your point, I don't think the injury is going to impact them. I mean, right? The O line hurt. He's hurt. Running back hurt. So there's a lot of hurts, and there's no Jalen on that team. So it's just it's tough. But like you said, and I love this quote. But if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, what a Merry Christmas it would be. And that is Justin Herbert's career.
It's true.
If only the potential. After like 3 years, potential is just a word to describe people who aren't living up to it. It's no longer to describe what you can become. It's to describe what we thought you were going to be. He's going to put up numbers throughout his career, but he might be just the Phillip Rivers 2.0 for them. I mean,
ain't that a dismal outlook?
He'll get playoff wins eventually. That's a guarantee. Like he's not going to just never win a playoff game, but a chip, I don't know. That'd be tough. It'd be real tough.
Mm-hmm.
Real tough. Moving on to the NBA, Johnny. The Pistons on Monday night, they edged the Hawks. Pause at the buzzer. The Detroit Pistons beat the Atlanta Hawks 99-98 Monday night in a defensive grinder. But Johnny, the real question here is: are the Pistons the real deal at 17-4? They had a real big win streak. They tied the biggest that they've ever had, the biggest since 2004. But at 17-4, are they the real deal, or is this a fluke start for the Pistons?
In an East that's as wide open as this one is, how can we say otherwise?
They look good.
They've got a legit number one. Too. They've got a legit number one in Cade. They've got a healthier team than they had last year. I think, how can you say they're not? Yeah, the Pistons are real. No. They get better every year. And it seems like they're just staying on that trajectory, and they're going to be one of the teams vying to make the most out of a decimated Eastern Conference.
No, I agree with that. I think that they're the real deal. I mean, who would have thought that we'd be looking at the top 5 seeds and we would be seeing the Raptors and the Pistons in there? B.I., Grady Dick, Scotty Barnes, they're balling over there in Toronto.
I mean, the Raptors is probably not as sustainable.
Not sustainable, no, but the Pistons, they got a squad.
And the Pistons are sustainable.
They've been taking steps every single year. I mean, that's what it's all about. Unless you're getting like a LeBron player, like the Lakers or something, like you're not going to see, or the Cavs when they got him back, you're not going to see a team just jump from ass to the playoffs in a chip all of a sudden. Like most experienced players and coaches know that it's steps to this process. You're asked, then you make the playoffs. Maybe you lose the first round. Maybe you get a first round win. Then the next year you progress a little farther. Next year progress a little farther. Hopefully, eventually you might get to the chip, maybe win it. But then the year after that, you're locked and loaded. You're a contender. You're expected to compete for that chip. So it's all steps to this process, and they're ahead of schedule with what they're doing right now. And if they can parlay this into some playoff series wins, man, Detroit be going crazy. I mean, it kind of sucks. It's like they sacrificed the fucking Lions for the Pistons this year. It's like,
and look, and like they're capitalizing. The Knicks are hobbled. The Bucks are underperforming. Obviously, the Celtics are irrelevant.
JT might come back though. He said for January or end of the season. He might try. He's already on the court.
Like, you could try, man. It's dumb. It's a really dumb decision. Just sit out the year. Like, that's a really bad decision if he does do that. As somebody who wants to see the Celtics fail, I don't want it to be because Jason Tatum comes back early from an Achilles. Like, it's not smart. Don't do it. Like, so give it one full year. Give it one full year.
You're not signing off on it.
No. As a non-medical professional who knows nothing about anything, I would not sign off on it. I'd be like, this is crazy, bro. You can't do this. You have to sit out for a full year with an Achilles.
What if they make the playoffs, though?
It truly doesn't matter. You have to sit out for a full year with the Achilles. because you won't be the same. The Achilles is a 2-year injury. It's 1 year that you have to sit out and another year where you're not the same guy.
What if he... I got you. And he's probably tough because it's a mentality thing, right? Like, he's used to playing a certain way. If he was willing and content to just come in and, like, stand in the corner and shoot some threes every now and then, it would be different. But then, again, he wouldn't be Jason Tatum. So, like, why would you bring him back? I don't know. I mean, I go both ways on this. I mean, it's like with Joe Burrow. He had a quote where he's like, it's, if I'm healthy, I mean, why am I'm not going to not play? Like, if I'm potentially healthy. But to your point, it takes time. But then we've seen people like AP, though. So maybe it could be like an AP situation.
It wasn't an Achilles. It was an ACL.
Well, right. So maybe it's not at 6 months.
An ACL you can come back from, though. An Achilles is like... But there's only one dude that came back from an Achilles, and it was like in the NBA that we can remember in recent memory. It was Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant sat out for almost 2 years.
You're right.
So all I'm saying,
way taller though, does that affect it?
I'm just saying you can't mess around with it. Kobe came back early from an Achilles, was never the same.
Never the same, no.
I just think you really can't mess with the Achilles. It's like the one injury you cannot mess around with even a little bit. Like, caution. Tatum, you make 50, 60 mil a year. Just sit on that. Enjoy your money.
Just get massages, bro. Just get Achilles.
Get massages. Come back next season, healthy, ready to go. If you force it back, you could irreparably damage your entire career. Right. You're like on a Hall of Fame trajectory, bro. Don't fuck it up.
Don't trade a few months for the next 3, 5 years, 6, 10 years, whatever.
10 years. He's like 27. Don't blow it.
Well, do you think it would ruin his career if he hurt it again, or do you think he'd just be out the next few years?
No, you blow your Achilles twice, it's over. Like, you'll never be the same.
Damn.
You'll never be the same. Well, like, you just have to...
He won't be dunking, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's just like, don't blow it, man. You've got a 10-year career to think about. Just heal your Achilles.
Nah, I agree. Yeah, he should sit out, but the inner athlete in me is like, I'd want to be on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's tough. He's gonna have
every other injury. Go ahead.
Consult with your
family.
The
Achilles, you can't do it.
Pray. Consult with your family. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your team. Make the best decision. But yeah, it's probably safer to sit. It's not worth it. And even if they make the playoffs, I don't think they're going anywhere right now. Anyway, I think the Pistons would beat them right now. I think the Pistons would sweep them right now.
Who's to say the Knicks wouldn't? A healthy Knicks would probably beat him right now. Like,
I said sweep, but I mean as it stands.
Oh yeah.
As it stands, yeah, no, they wouldn't beat many of the teams that are in there right now. But last one, Johnny, and I know you're not you're not big into the college football space, Johnny, but we had to touch it a little bit because there is some storylines that are big right now.
Lane Kiffin?
Yeah, I say I'm sure. See, you know sports enough, or I'm sure you've heard about it. But Lane Kiffin to LSU fallout. The college football world is still reeling from Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for LSU. Ole Miss remains number 6 in the college football playoff despite losing their head coach. But Johnny, the question is, how does Ole Miss focus on a playoff run when their architect just left for a division rival? And did Lane Kiffin do Ole Miss dirty?
To answer your second question, yes. As if he didn't have a choice. Like, he was the number 1 coaching hire candidate. You know what I mean?
They would have waited.
Yeah, they would have waited. You know what I mean? Like, if he was just like, no, obviously I'm coaching a team that's in the playoff right now. Call me back in January.
Best season in their history.
Yeah, like, no. Like, what? That is not an unreasonable thing. Call me back in 1 month and we'll talk. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it's crazy. And yeah, obviously he had the power there. You know, he obviously had the power. He could have said, you're insane for making me want to do this. But yeah, he did him dirty.
He tried to coach
to Ole Miss. To Ole Miss, I say, good fucking luck. Yeah, that's obviously doing him dirty. You didn't like, and if LSU was like, no, you have to leave now or you can't coach for us, then you just go, okay, fine. I have a playoff team. I have a good team, and I'm getting paid double digit. I'm getting paid 8 figures to coach a good team.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
And they're willing to match any offer you got too.
Yeah, and you want to okay, fine. You want to dog me? Then dog me. Fine. Then be dickheads about it. I just won't go coach for you. I don't know. I feel like he had the power in that situation, and he made a really bizarre decision. And I don't know.
Power to him. Power to him. Baton Rouge. Yeah, no, they So second question. I think he did him dirty. But I think he did what he had to do in the sense of to your point,
get out ahead of recruiting and transferring, because
it's
like the transfer portal opens in like a week and a half or 2 weeks or something.
Right. So he's going to be recruiting for Ole Miss anyway. So it's like you're now going to be recruiting for a school and be like, hey, come to my school. He's like, I'm leaving in 30 days. So
that's the only thought process I can have is that because of the transfer portal era, he had to get there earlier than he otherwise would have.
Right. But he did ask the coach. That's the thing. He did ask to coach them the rest of the year. They told him no, which is also fair because you just accepted a job at a rival school. Why are we going to let you coach?
Right.
But that being said, he could have held off on accepting the job. They would have let him more than likely coach, and then he could have accepted it after.
Very strange situation.
But he likes attention though. He's a rock star and a coach.
He's a shit stirrer.
He likes the attention. And you can't blame him, I guess. His career reached a lot of low points. He got fired from the Raiders. He got infamously left at the tarmac at USC when they left and they left him there, bro. You imagine that? That's terrible. And then on top of that, he went to Tennessee. He was at Tennessee, didn't work out. Now then he rebuilt himself at Bama, which a lot of these coaches have done under Nick Saban, is they rebuilt themselves, and then they've left. And he went to FAU, kind of built them. They weren't, they're FAU, so they were good for FAU standards, but they're not great for everybody else's standards. But he kind of built them up, got that job over to where he is now, 6 years. He's built a squad there. They got the best team they've ever had. Could potentially win a championship this year. So,
but that being said, though, you know who took over at Ole Miss?
The D coordinator.
But you know who's taking over next season at Ole Miss?
Is that real? Do you think Eli Manning is going to really consider? It would be cool.
He tweeted and said, Coach Manning sounds pretty good.
I hope not, because I honestly, Johnny, I don't know what you watch on Monday Night Football, but I don't watch
the Manning cast.
I only watch the Manning cast, bro. I love it, bro. They break down shit. They have all these guests. I don't know why, man. It's like a podcast of the football.
I watch Troy and Joe, boss, man. I like to watch. You still hear that Troy is a disgusting act.
Well, no, you still hear Troy and Joe. You only hear them when they're talking, and they don't talk most. When there's action going on, they're usually not talking and doing stuff. But it's they'll go to, I think, slightly shorter commercials, but then they'll also, while the game's in its breaks, they'll do their commercials and skits, or not commercials, their skits and whatnot. I don't know. I think it's cool. I just like I'm a Peyton fan. Come on now. I'm gonna watch the Manning cast. You're not really a Peyton or Eli fan, so it's yeah. But to me, it's damn, that's my quarterback up there talking. And then Eli's funny. I've gained an appreciation for Eli. He's funny.
He is funny.
But no, I think
he did do a double middle finger on the Manning cast 2 years ago. So we like that.
No, somebody asked if they could swear or something. He was like, "We're on ESPN 2. You're okay."
Yeah,
it's not the real ESPN.
They let Saban swear on College Game Day. So it's whatever.
Literally, no. I love it though. I love that ESPN's expanding their what they allow. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, some of the stuff they do now that's just normal, they would have gotten fired for. So. If Pat McAfee taking his shirt off on game day 15 years ago, man's getting fired. They'd be like,
Pat McAfee just cusses all the time. He colors into the show cuss.
They'd be like, this dude is on drugs. He's gone. Yeah. He's gone. He's not on drugs. That's just him. He's just
Brave New World. Brave New World.
I love it. But no, I think they need to. I mean, as far as like if I'm a coach from a coach perspective, and I'm like, I'm a new coach. How do I position my team to focus on a run? We just lost potentially, someone who built the roster, some of these players loved, respected, we're fighting for. I don't know. That first interview with the team after I get appointed the interim coach, which he actually is the permanent coach, the D coordinator. They didn't even make him interim; they made him permanent for next year too. He's current D, which is not terrible, I guess, for them.
Eli Manning.
They're D. Oh no! Wait a minute, permanent rest of the year maybe then.
No, I'm joking.
Well, if it is Eli, if Eli's in consideration, then maybe the permanent just meant the rest of the year. But they use that word, permanent. But either way, that first meeting is rough. You got to do something crazy. Like if I'm coming in, I'm having them in the meeting room before I get there, and I'm kicking the fucking door in. Like I'm gonna literally have our next opponent, their logo on the door, and I'm gonna kick that shit in, and it's gonna show their logo face up. And when I walk in the door, I'm gonna say, "That's what we need to fucking do this weekend," and I'm gonna walk out. For 30 minutes. I'm going to give them 30 minutes to sit there. And I'm going to let them just sit there and wonder and think. And let that energy sink in. Like something crazy. You got to really steal it. Because Lane Kiffin's a guy that he energizes a team with his charisma. And so you got to do something. Because this team right now is thinking, man, we just lost our offensive coordinator in the sense because he's basically the one calling plays. Even though Charlie Weiss Jr. is still there. And we just essentially lost our main guy. And they're not even just thinking about right now. They're thinking about next year. When they shouldn't even think about next year. They should be thinking about right now. That's it. Next year don't matter. Right now is all that matters. So, something crazy they got to do. But they got to lock in. And there's a chance they might not make the play. Well, they made the playoffs based off tonight's rankings. But there was a chance that they couldn't have made it before tonight because of Lane leaving, which I thought was also kind of fucked. Same kind of like FSU happened when the quarterback got hurt. Like, if they really dropped him because of Lane leaving, that could have hurt the team too. So he did him dirty, but he did what he had to do. Because, again, you have leverage. But even when you have leverage, right, if LSU really does leave and hire someone else, that's a prime job you just lost. Now, Ole Miss is a prime job now. But because you built it into a prime job, LSU has been a prime job no matter who's the coach. So it's like, he's going to get recruits. We'll see how it works out. It didn't work out how Brian Kelly thought it would. But that being said, before Brian Kelly, the last 3 coaches all won a championship. So I wish him the best of luck. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. You know, that thing you sit on. With both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, specifically about Lane Kiffin and how he did Ole Miss dirty, leave a comment. While you're at it, hit the notification button to make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves at the very least 2 times a week, but it could be more. So stay tuned. Some weeks, maybe it'll be 6, 7 times a week, Some
will be 6, 7.
But for more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar. Look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. Can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. It's Johnny. It's Coogii. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys soon.
A lot of 6-7s this episode. A lot of 6-7s this episode.
A lot of 6-7s.
How about that? A lot of 6-7s.
You know what I'm saying?